Pretty exciting day. I have found one of the tunnels of the North Fork ditch that I have been looking for years. The Army Corps of Engineers shows a couple different tunnels, but not in this spot. Loring K. Jordan, who I am reviewing the diary of in 1946 and 1947, he was the general manager of the North Fork ditch, and he would mention oftentimes that Louis or one of the other men would telephone him from the tunnel on the ditch to alert him that there was a break in the line. The ditch had been washed out, but this area didn't seem like a good spot for a tunnel because it's not in solid rock, but you can see that it is a very steep side. So probably the base of the ditch was at least 20 feet below the surface, and I imagine that they dug this tunnel because of the soft dirt always falling into the North Fork ditch and clogging it up. So I'm out here in the middle off of the Pioneer Express Trail. Now this portion of the ditch would go down and cross Mormon's Ravine, and they had a large flume there to get across there and then go down to Rattlesnake Bar. This tunnel has collapsed. You can see the soft ditch and decomposed granite. Pan over this way, you can see that the sides of the landscape, they come back down. It's not as steep, but gall darn exciting to find this tunnel on the North Fork ditch that isn't on any maps, but is talked about in Loring K. Jordan's diary of the North Fork ditch as the general manager. So we can walk up and over the hill that this tunnel was dug underneath. It isn't anything special in terms of the earth, except it's being very soft. I can imagine, yes, that the dirt was always washing in to the North Fork ditch. And here is the cave-in. You can see how deep it was. And we can walk over to the other side. I thought it was 100 feet, but I think maybe it's only about 60 feet in length. But you can see, this little knoll that they had to get around. And so they just decided, instead of a super steep cut, which maybe they did have at one time, they would just tunnel right underneath it. I'm not sure when they built the tunnel, but you can see from the east side how steep it was. And then we'll come around. There's some poison oak through here, so we have to be careful. And Folsom Lake is out there. Avery's Pond is right on the other side. The flume over Mormon's Ravine is right up about half a mile there, across from the Newcastle PG&E power plant. It's kind of hard to get in and see the east side because there is a lot of poison oak and brush. But there you go. You can see the entrance on the other side. Pretty exciting day for a history nerd like me. Good hiking out at Folsom Lake, north of Avery's Pond on the Pioneer Express Trail. I'm Kevin Canals for History